Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kwadash.
Double honor to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the Great Millstone. Salutation, Akimate, that pushes word of truth and its sincerity. Another week, whether another weekend, you know, a day of the of the world, a Saturday, where everybody's out here doing their own thing, you know. I mean, it's kind of warm, but you know, it's not that warm. It's getting windy now, but you see people out here naked. You know what I mean? That's how Jake get down, you know what I'm saying? But prophecies are coming to pass, and they're not even taking that to heart because they too busy worried about hot girl summer and what's going to happen when the weather breaks, you know? That's what they're worried about. You see these people out here with these motorcycles making all kind of noise, you know, disturbing the peace. But that's the day of the world. That's how the world gets down. I mean, but at the very same time, when the madness is taking place, prophecies are coming to pass. Esau is still shopping in that swamp pursuant to Ezekiel 21 verse 9 on down to 12. You know, you still got to be circumspect. You still have to watch around you, watch your surroundings because they just happen. Even though people in the world, they're just moving as they go. But we can get into these prophecies because what's happening right now, Donald Trump is trying to boogie his way and taking over Greenland, which is a strategic place to have, an island to have because they can plant, because Greenland is close to Russia. So if they can put nuclear weapons over in Greenland, they can have a first strike, upper hand on Russia. Now, back in the 1800s, they tried to, after they purchased Alaska, they tried to purchase Greenland, but there was so much blowback off of purchasing Alaska, why you wouldn't have a frozen box like Alaska? But it was a bunch of blowback off that, so they fell back from trying to purchase Greenland as well. But now, the speech of Vladimir Putin was bringing that out, how they tried to do that back in the 1800s. But now, yeah, true, hell yeah. But you got to understand, so it wasn't meant for it to happen back then. But now Trump, that same spirit that was on Harvey S. Truman and I think it was Andrew Johnson or Andrew Jackson that tried to purchase, after they purchased Alaska, they tried to purchase Greenland. That same spirit is coming back. And now, instead of being a strategic spot to put nuclear weapons, have a first strike on Russia. And Russia ain't trying to have that shit right there. So what you got right here, real quick?
So Micah 2 and 2, or I can start with verse 1.
Or can I start with verse 1?
Which American tried to buy Greenland?
Start at verse 1.
All right, this is Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
And that's what these Edomites are doing, man. Starting with the elites that's controlling Donald Trump. If Donald Trump is not making no decisions,
Which
he's
American
being controlled
tried to buy
and told
Greenland?
what to say and what to do. Because the international bankers that control America wants Greenland to be a part of America's, you know, being a fold of America, so they can put the missiles there to have a first strike at Russia. Read.
All right. When the morning is light, they practice it.
When the morning is like they practice their wickedness. They practice all their mission that they propose to do it that's in secret at night. So now it's the morning, they practicing, they're trying to put it together to bring it to fruition. You know? But only if the Lord wanted to come to pass, it's going to come to pass. The Lord don't want it to come to pass, it's not coming to pass, man. Yeah, brother.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Because it's in the power of their hand to do so, because who run the world? Started with the international bankers, started with the Rothschilds. Then you got the DuPonts, then you got the Rockefellers, you got the Gettys, so the Oppenheimer, so forth and so on, man. And they make and they calling the real shots, not Donald Trump. Donald Trump is just a puppet. Yeah, let him finish.
Okay, all right. And they covet fields.
And they cover fields, man. They cover other lands, man. They're trying to take over these lands. How do you think they got America? Through rape, robbery, and murder. Now they're trying to do the same thing with Greenland and other countries, man. You know? The same thing, yeah.
And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
That's what they did to us, man. They oppressed us and our house and our heritage. Took over our heritage, took over our culture, you know? Now they call themselves who we truly are. But that's how this devil get down. Yeah, bro.
I wanted to add, I looked it up on the Greenland situation. It's on two different ones. It says, there were notable international discussions within the U.S. federal government about acquiring Greenland in 1867, 1910, 1946, 1955, 2019, and 2025.
Because that's a hot location. It's very strategic. Second put missiles because Greenland is right by Russia. If you look on the map, Greenland is right by Russia. It's easy to strike from Greenland nuclear missiles to hit Russia. You know what I'm saying?
It says,
Before Russia can even respond, their whole military will be decimated. You know? Yeah, brother.
it says, an acquisition has been advocated by American Secretaries of the State William H. Stewart, James F. Barnes, privately by Vice President Nelson Rockefeller, and there's another one that said in 1946, the U.S. offered to pay $100 million, equivalent to $1.2 billion in today, for the territory, judging that it was a vital for national security.
It's vital for national security for America because it's right by Russia. It's a very strategic location where they can put missiles and get a first strike on Russia to decimate their military. And Vladimir Putin spoke about that in his warning to NATO in the West, man. Talk about, hey, man, you thinking you're going to take over Greenland and
Just talking about that a few weeks ago. That was good strategic spots to shoot off missiles.
and it is what it is. I'm saying this is how Donald Trump is being told what to do because he ain't making no decisions on his own. The international bankers is telling him what to do and how to do it and what words to say and what to do. Bring up the issue of segregation again. Do all these things, man. He's not doing nothing on his own, man. Yeah, bro.
It says, but the Danish government refused.
That
was it.
Guess what? I said Denmark. The Danish government, they are owners of Greenland, the island of Greenland, you know? But they trying to bully the Danish government, but Macron from France, which is a part of NATO, which is a part of the Seven Heads, was like, yo, listen, we want to send warships down there. We're going to send a warship down there with an aircraft carrier with, with other multiple warships to protect that land, to protect that island. And let's show you how they're beginning to hate the whore, which is America, which is Babylon, because they starting to come up against Babylon, you know what I'm saying? What they doing and how they move. Anybody got something?
So this is from FBI. Some of the reasons why the United States has interest in purchasing debt.
They want to Greenland.
I'm sorry, purchasing Greenland. Greenland is owned by them. All right, so strategic military location.
Exactly. That's it.
Greenland's position is in the North Atlantic between North America and Europe. Makes it a critical point for defense and surveillance. During the Cold War, the U.S. saw it as a buffer against Soviet aggression, leading to the establishment of the Cruel Air Base, still operational today, under a 1951 agreement with Denmark.
Yep.
Its proximity to the Arctic Circle also aids in monitoring Arctic activities, natural resources. Natural resources, Greenland is rich in natural resources.
Exactly.
Rare earth minerals, oils, gas, and fisheries. As global demand for these increases, especially rare earths critical for technology, the U.S. has eyed Greenland as a way to secure supply chains and reduce dependence on countries like China.
That's exactly what it's all about. See, we can't be ignorant of Satan. The Bible said in Corinthians 11. Everything that Esau does is strategic. Everything that Esau does is a purpose that they have to accomplish their goals, their internal goals, with their own righteous decree that they put out there, pursuant to Isaiah 10:1, signing executive order after executive order. That's all Donald Trump is doing since he's been in office. Signing executive order after executive order to the detriment of the people and to the benefit of the American government in some form or fashion. But it's also detrimental to their allies. And a lot of the allies that America has starting to step back and look like, no, this shit is not right. And what this dude is doing. So we're going to see how it plays out. Because right now, the weather is starting to break. We still have little cold flashes here and there, but the weather's starting to break, so we're going to see what happens in the late spring, early summer. When things to start really heating up.
This This is number 3, Arctic influence. With climate change opening up the Arctic for shipping routes like the Northwest Passage, and resource extraction controlling Greenland would give the U.S. stronger foothold in the region.
And that's what they're trying to do. That's why they purchased Alaska back in 1860 something, because they wanted that strategic, upstart, so to speak, over Russia, because Russia's right there by Alaska. So basically, Russia's is like, they got first dibs on Alaska because they right there. You know what I mean? So they purchased Alaska in the 1800s, to certain parts of Alaska, so they could do their research, but it was a big blowback on that right there. So what happened was, years down the line, it became strategic in research facilities and Arctic and all that. So they realized, okay, it's rich in minerals, even though it's nothing but a block of ice, but it's rich in a lot of minerals. You gotta drill down and reserves from the ground, from the minerals that's under the ice, and they've been doing it. This research facility, you see that Alaska have paid dividends for the American government and for the Russian government. Yeah, brother.
All right, so it says controlling Greenland will give the U.S. a stronger foothold in the region. Russia and China are also expanding their presence.
We did this so I can get the position.
Okay, so controlling Greenland will give the U.S. a stronger foothold in the region, where Russia and China are also expanding their presence.
Yeah, because they expanded their presence because they see that the military and the financial power that America once held on the nations and on the earth is starting to dwindle. So China is trying to think that they are the next ones to rule. Russia's thinking the same thing. So they trying to get their upstart. And they partner together, just like nations of old partner together to take down one strong nation. Case in point, you had the Babylonians and the Medes take down the Assyrians. Later on, the Babylonians took down the Medes. You see what I'm saying? That's how it was.
Because the Assyrians were Babylonians.
Yeah, they was Babylonians, but they was, they was infighting between each other. The Assyrians are.
Yeah, so yep, you're right. So there are Assyrians,
Yeah.
but the Assyrian Empire fell to the Babylonians, and the Babylonian Empire fell to them.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, you're right. They had to do good forces.
So
That's what happens when one superpower gets too strong, other nations team up.
because it's too much for one nation. Even though Russia could take the United States, they got the most nuclear stockpile in the history of the world. But America's kind of strong because they got other conventional weapons that they don't have to use. Like they got conventional weapons that they can use other than nuclear weapons. Just like the Russians got conventional weapons that they can use other than nuclear weapons. But I mean, that's how the Most High is happening. He putting together that a single great nation, pursuing the Isaiah, Jeremiah 50 and 9, to come up against Babylon and come up against Israel.
And if you look at it, like the United States, they have more money.
Exactly.
So they fund the shit out of their military. I think they do like what, 900, anywhere from 800 to 900 billion in military spending just for their military. But you look at China, but China might do like 120 billion. You know what I'm saying? So that's something you got to team up.
You got to team up in order
And
to.
now that F-47 about to drop, you know what I'm saying? That's the next generation. Now we're in the 6th generation.
And then
5G is that's old now. We're 6G now. 6th generation fighter jets that don't fly alone. They fly with a shit ton of drones. It's probably gonna be some sci-fi.
And then Russia said that Vladimir Putin was like, we have weapons that we have not yet revealed to the public that we could use, and they are very deadly and very dangerous. He's been saying that. And you got the American government, I'm quite sure they got missiles and weapons, like you said, the F-47, that's surrounded by a bunch of drones. Them drones gonna be, and I guarantee them drones got what you call them Gatling guns and missiles on them shits as well, man. So you can imagine how that's gonna look. It's gonna look like a fleet, a big ass a plane that they dispatch and all them fucking, like the plane is.
And the thing too, the F-47 is a fighter. The ones that's gonna really have a shit ton of drones is those 6th generation bombers, which are larger.
See, the F-47 is a fighter jet. You're right.
It's a fighter jet, so it's not gonna be too. It's a fighter jet. You want to lean light. But the bombers.
The B-52 bombers, them stealth bombers.
So that concept art of what they had, I don't know if it's concept or they had it, but that Lockheed Martin shit, the shit was like this, bro. You just saw mad fucking drones in the way.
And then you know another thing?
Wow, bro.
What they did was they unmasked 12. I think they said 7 to 12 B-52 stealth bombers in preparation to strike Iran. And they say that Iran, they poised to strike Iran because Iran is supplying the Houthis and Hezbollah, which their proxy arms with weapons, to strike in the Red Sea.
You saw that video that Iran dropped, that on-the-ground bunker they had with them missiles?
Yeah.
They got an Israeli flag on the floor. You saw that?
Yeah, I saw that. And they said they were saying this is just one of many of these underground facilities with number of missiles right there. And they displayed it, but they don't know the location of where the missiles were stored. But they poised to strike Iran at the behest of Israel. Because Israel is actually being attacked by the Houthis and by, and they being supplied by Iran and by Hezbollah, which is the Lebanese government. So now they
also on the mix.
So now they say the Yemenese government is controlled by the Houthis. Yemen, yeah, they controlled by the Houthis. So now they say that Yemen is ruled by the Houthis and Hezbollah are proxy armies of Iran, which you gotta know that, and they wondering, they had the judge Napolitano had Conor McGregor on, and they was talking about, will this take place, them striking Iran? And he was like, it could happen, they planned for it. This shit's crazy, man. But guess what? It's not gonna take place until the collapse of the economy and the institutes that see it. And that's when the really days is going to kick off. I mean, it was a little warm out here earlier. It was 77 degrees.
I mean, it's still hot. It's where we're at. Fool says national security owning Greenland outright would eliminate reliance on Denmark, a NATO ally but still a separate nation, for maintaining U.S. interests there.
Yeah, because they have they allies with Denmark. They can use Denmark's air runway, military base, so they can launch their aircrafts until they fight until wartime strategic places. I'm saying and that's one of them, Denmark. But Denmark is everybody getting tired of that shit, man. They getting tired of America. But it's like they got all the nations that was around about got tired of this Syrian government back in the ancient world that was ruling. Everybody got tired of the Medo-Persians. They got tired of the Greeks, and so forth and so on. It keeps going on and on and on. How these nations come together to take that another nation.
It says to maintain U.S. interests there. This was a factor in Truman's 1946 offer, driven by post-World War II security concerns and echoed in Trump's 2019 proposal.
Well, the reason why they wanted Greenland back in post-World War II because they was in fear of the Russians and how they became a superpower. Because countries where everybody believed the United States did not defeat the Germans, the Russians did. They just played a part. And at the last minute, they came in and swooped in, and that's what Project Paperclip came about because they swooped in and took some of them Nazi Germany scientists and brought them over to America. Werner von Braun, Jack Parsons, what's up a guy named again? It's a bunch of them because it was Project Paperclip. Some of them went to Great Britain. Yep. Because that's how all these different nations got these nuclear weapons, because these German scientists was far advanced. So that's what they did.
What made that famous gas? Was it cyanide or sarin gas? Some of these gases, I forgot what it's called, but it was in Germany. When the Nazi Germans, they took that, they made that.
It's called Syrian gas, you're right. Syrian gas, yeah, that was very poisonous. And hey man, but you gotta understand something. Contrary to what everybody's saying, the United States did not defeat the Russians, defeat the Germans. Russia did. Because how Russia did it was, when the Germans was marching, Russians dealt with fucking cold and ice. You know what I mean? What they did was, they burned down their little facility. They had the huts and everything. Took their military out. So when the Germans was rushing, they would come in, marching. And after a while, they get to, you come into the town, you take over, you gonna relax and chill, because you don't march, you're tired now, you're exhausted. But when they got there, everything was burnt the fuck down. Nowhere to rest. And that's how they got them. And then that's when the Russians descended upon them and overtook them. You know what I mean? It's in history. You can look that up. That's in history, man. You can look that shit up.
Anyways, 5. Economic potential. Beyond resources, Greenland's location could support trade routes and infrastructure development, especially as melted ice makes the Arctic more accessible.
Exactly. Fishing on prospecting, fish, trading, all that, you know what I'm saying? Maritime, and that's how Esau makes most of his money, through maritime law, you know what I'm saying? Through trading, through ships and boats and all that, you know?
It's not bad traffic.
Yeah. So, whatever folks got, you know what I'm saying, you can bring it out.
This is Revelation. It's a lot. Revelation 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
We starting to see examples of that right now with the French government talking about they're going to send missiles, not missiles, they're going to send an aircraft carrier, plus not only an aircraft carrier, but fighter jets to protect Greenland and Denmark. Denmark is doing the same thing. They're going to send submarines. You see, you don't understand. A lot of people don't understand that submarines are very dangerous and very, very, very elusive. And they can shoot missiles from the submarines to destroy ships on land. So submarines are very vital in combat. You know what I mean? And that's what they're sitting over. They're deploying submarines and an aircraft carrier to protect Greenland from the United States. So it says they should begin to hate the whore. And we see signs of that now. We see signs of Canada. They got trade wars with America with the tariffs, and Donald Trump is imposing on them. You know, we see what Macron is doing in France. We see what's happening in Denmark and Greenland. So these nations are starting to get tired of America's bullshit. And sooner or later, it's going to come to a head. Like I said,
Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Come near ye nations, hear.
That's what we telling you. We're out on the highways and the byways, in season, out of season. We breaking down these prophecies, going into the scriptures, showing you what's going to come to pass real shortly. And we tell them, if we let this prophesy to our people, which you Negroes, Hispanics, they remember you, we prophesy to Esau and the rest of the nations. That's why it says in Isaiah, come ye nations to hear and hearken. Read, brother.
Yeah, right. It says, come near ye nations to hear and hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is in therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh, or Shem Yahushua, is upon all nations.
For the ignorance, the righteous anger of the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh shines upon all nations. And what's that righteous anger? The nuclear missiles, that concentrated fire from the chariots. We tell you. I tell you this right here. Over here, right?
Yeah, bro, I want to get my jacket, but my car is
It's just this side for some damn reason.
So you want to go over there?
Yeah,
Just
wait.
continue though.
The pause one, that's the 2 lines, right?
Yeah, that was
This one, though, right?
It's right here. It's crazy over here, man.
That's the pause one, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so that's what we say. Like in Isaiah.
right. Isaiah 34:2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
For the righteous anger of the Lord is upon all nations. What's that righteous anger? Concentrated fire from them chariots, and also thermonuclear destruction from that assembly of great nations. That's going to come upon America in Israel.
And his fury upon all their armies.
And that fury is going to be that concentrated fire. To tell you that, to break that down, you go to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. You know what I'm saying? It goes to the whole destruction of America and all the armies of those nations. You know.
Right, it says that his fury upon all their armies, he hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter.
He have delivered them to the slaughter. So this already happened. We just playing out the prophets. We just playing out the movie that the Most High got. He's the ultimate director. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. All these different nations with their military burnt up and destroyed, man. There's nothing they could do about it, okay?
That's right, brother. It says their slain also shall be cast out. And
their slain also shall be cast out. But we can get Jeremiah 25 verse 32.
It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come out of their carcasses. Get that real quick, brother? Yeah. Jeremiah 25 and 32.
I got it. This is Jeremiah 25 and 32. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation.
And what's that? Nah, you're good. What's that evil? The nuclear missiles going from nation to nation, country to far from them chariots, man. Okay?
And a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth.
What's that great whirlwind? Them chariots. How shall crack the skies, bring the death, destruction, and deliverance to his elect. Okay?
And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth.
That's right. The slain of the Lord will be at that day, will be one end of the earth to the next, to the other end of the earth, man.
So that right there lets you know it's going to be a world war.
That's right. That's right. Now, boy, that's it.
They still in verse. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dunked upon the ground.
The same thing they said in Isaiah. They're going to be dunked upon the ground, these bodies, man. So the Lord, so it's being prophesied from Isaiah, and then Jeremiah is saying the same thing. Showing how the Lord's going to bring destruction upon these nations and upon their armies. You know? For Israel, his elect sake. Israel, you know?
Right, it says their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood.
And the mountain shall be, and the governments shall be melted with their blood. All these governments are going to be destroyed. The blood of these different armies is going to be upon them governments, and you know, and there's nothing they can do about it. Just take the ass with. The least you can do is take it like a man. But let's tell you how they're going to be so afraid, but those fight. They're going to be so afraid to be scared like women. But they're going to fight. The least you can do, Esau, is take it like a man. You ain't going to take it like a man, you're not a man. Yeah, brother.
And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved.
And all the armies of the heavens of these different rulerships, these different kingdoms, is going to be dissolved. How? Through thermonuclear missiles and contrary fire with them chariots come decimating and burning things up.
Okay, because the fighter jets that they got, we just talked about, just is like caveman technology, so to speak, compared to the chariots, bro. Shit is like, to us, it's like, holy shit, my 12 and all, some crazy ass shit is flying. The chariots is like, ain't shit. You know what I'm
They
saying?
got these stealth bombers that they'll come under the radar, you know what I mean? And they can't detect on radar. But guess what?
They look like the size of a tennis ball on the radar and shit.
Where did Esau get that technology? You gotta be Yahweh Shah. That the chariots cannot be detected on radar. They can make themselves be known and disappear.
Chariots are other worlds, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they can do things that just defy the laws of physics and all types of crazy stuff.
Exactly.
I got precept. This is Revelations 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
That's the spiritually dead of our people, man. That's lying in the streets of Sodom and Gomorrah. They're not physically dead, they're spiritually dead. They're not even walking around. They're walking around with no sense of direction, having not a clue what's going on. They're just out here, you know, living their life, you know, not know that they're spiritually dead.
I got something to back that up. Yeah. Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
So if you once knew this thing of ours, you went out of the way of understanding, and you go back to the congregation of dead men, and you just, you know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, we seen examples of it.
I got something.
Random.
I got something.
I mean, Now, hey, husband, she got a husband. Of course, she does. She does have a baby. I'm gonna be wearing that. I'm like, you ain't wearing that. She could be a single mom, but come on, you ain't wearing that outside. Not on my watch. But that's how it is, man.
That's how these women so wicked, bro. They'll go out dressed like covered up and still be hoes.
She showed what she about.
Or covered up around a man and naked when he not around.
These women are out of order, man. Let's point blank and straight. Point blank and straight to the point, man. They out of order, man. They need some humbling. They gonna get a whole lot of humbling.
It's about to be that soon. I got something.
Yeah, bring it up.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
And when we the rich, we sitting in low places, and folly is setting great dignity. Look at that. That's folly, right? She pushing the baby. She just had a random baby. No kind of respect for herself. You know, you see the other chick out here on the short to I mean, you know what? Earlier it was warm, but now it's, I mean,
Rich
the sun
in
is
spirit.
down, and shit is it's starting to go back to being nippy. So I mean, it is what it is with these women.
Got up on the jacket, bro. I was kind of like, shit, man. I kind of fucked up. I should have threw in a shirt next to me.
I'm saying, you know, I made the mistake of not bringing my coat, my jacket, but I'm okay because I got my long johns on. I didn't take my long johns off. I wasn't going to bed.
The job bacon, bro.
So I remember bake. They be, you know, be unprepared. But I'm not cold. I'm
Yeah, it's
chilly.
really better to bring extra layers because you know it's a movie.
Exactly.
But if you underlay, you can't just magically fucking put on a coat or some shit.
You can't because I mean, I got the main thing is I got my long johns on. And I didn't take my long johns off. I'd have been a fool to do that because it's still weather changes. Yeah, brother.
Because you mentioned that we're rich. This is James 2 and 5. It says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, had not the power chosen the poor of this world rich in faith?"
Do that again, bro. You got fathers saying great dignity, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You got a lot of crazy shit out here, bro.
I was like, what the
I mean, that, but I mean, see to me, bro.
This is James 2 verse 5. "Hearken, my beloved brethren, had not the power chosen the poor of this world rich in faith?"
Because the elect, or the hopeful elect right now, we call ourselves being humble about it. I mean, we at low. We sitting in a low estate right now, but we rich in faith. Rich towards our Bashim Yahushua. Just because we sitting in a low position right now doesn't mean that the Lord doesn't have love for us. Doesn't mean that we're not going to come up, get a great come up. It's been prophesied that Israel's going to be rising because Israel will rise back up. So it is what it is.
It says, it's more. And heirs of the kingdom which he had promised to them that love him.
And heirs to the kingdom, you know, being joint heirs with Yahushua. That he promised to them that love him, follow him.
It says, "But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you?"
And it's about Esau. Esau, the interesting figure, despise the poor and oppress us every chance they get, man. With these unjust laws, with how they move, how they have the paramilitary, how they have the police come at us for me. And you gotta understand something. The modern day police go back to the slave patrol units. During the time of slavery.
I'm gonna say this too, like real quickly. You talk about fucking up the poor. Tariff shit that Trump is still doing and all that. Yeah, but it hurts the rich more than the poor. Because before tariffs, they said, okay, let's do free trade, right? Free trade, no extra charge, right? Okay. China took advantage of that because China, they have slave labor pretty much. So what that did, right? They had the sweatshops. So what that did, the rich who own these corporations says, I'm just gonna outsource all of my production and just have it be done in China. So it affects certain people in a way that it costs a lot of people their jobs. You know, a lot of jobs are employed, it costs a lot of jobs. But it also benefited certain people, certain consumers, because now you have cheaper goods.
Yeah, but and that's what this dude coming as a piece of shit. MJ, Michael Jordan, because what he did was does. He
Invested in prisons, right?
he invested. He had sneakers.
$200 that cost $5 a make.
$5 at tops to making them sweatshop over in China. Because them Jordans, they made in China, but they cost $5 a make, and he make a killing.
And then Jake would clown, because I remember Stephon Marbury and Shaquille O'Neal was like, yo, why don't we just make these as cheaper, work with pay less and all that? But Jake was like, you gotta, but mind you, even though Jordans cost more, doesn't mean they're more valuable. It's still cheap leather, it's still...
Because
It's a name brand that really gives it value.
Jake's worth mentality. Jake will brag about, oh, I pay $1,000 for my car note, and you be like, nigga, what? Like Jake think the more money you spend on something, it has more value.
And you know what too? Like the thing I don't get about Jordans is okay, if it was limited, if it was scarce, then you could probably say, okay, it's a $5.90 sneaker. They don't often.
They don't bunches, man.
And that's why when you see Jake look at my feet, my new thing is now I'm looking around like, all right, yeah, your feet might be better than mine, but we're in the same environment.
Right?
But going back to the point, like watches can be expensive, but they're finite. you might, okay, there's a million Rolexes. Okay, that's not coming to a couple thousand. It's even like 50,000 for Tech Philippe, so okay, now it's 50,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? It drops. But Jordans, it's just like you mentioned, brother, it's an abundance, but the prices are still astronomical compared to other sneakers. So it's just really carried by Jake being stupid and brand recognition, I guess. And Jordan doesn't give a fuck.
And then it's like a status. You know, like a status having a pair of Jordans on, having a pair of $500 pair of Jordans on. You think I'm gonna spend $500 on a pair of sneakers, bro?
Yeah, bro. But after a while, you're supposed to grow out of that. Like when you were a kid, you were in high school, okay. When you be seeing grown ass men doing that,
And that mind state.
like I'm like, man, I don't know. If you like young and shit, you know the kids in the school, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But you see grown ass men like us camping out for some fucking shoes. You're like, oh, you ain't grown out yet, bro?
And you see that. All right, but that's work on 125th Street. You see, I'm getting to work. You see lines go around the corner, waiting for a pair of Jordans, waiting for the store to open up that they sell sneakers at. Or the other thing,
They re-release them. Yeah, right? Yeah, you know that. The Jordans, every now and again, they re-release the same fucking.
Just a different. They might add a color.
Now I'm like, that shit dropped when I was in middle school. But that's what they do. They re-release it.
to the new generation, it didn't happen.
But you grew up
I'll tell you what I did. And if I had a sneaker store, this is what I would do. Brothers might say you foul. I would just pay 30 people to stand on the line to draw more consumers.
But
You know what I mean?
You know there's people making money, bro, that can't help you? They have a job where they'll sleep and you pay them to wait in line.
I've did shit like that for jobs, like on for construction shit.
But companies already do that.
Yeah.
People just walk around
Yeah, I
and
know.
and shit to make it look like it's
I'm just saying, I'll do the same thing.
Yeah, they would do that, okay, but so it's not only the sun. All these levels, they got a lot of veterans how they make money. How they walk into making more money. But going back to Jordan, MJ, I think it's a piece of shit. Because what he does, I mean, he had people over there busting their ass in them sweatshops, you know, and they $5 a pair of sneakers, $5 a pair, $250 for one sneaker, $5 for two pairs, for set for your feet, and
it's gonna fall.
when you get to a replica, you pay $300, $400, probably $600 for a pair of sneakers. $600 for a pair of sneakers, bro. You spend that, bro?
And that's the shit though. Like I said, when Esau gets his finite clothing, it's a finite amount of it. Nigga, that's supposed to be the whole thing with it. Supply and demand. Jordans, yo, what the fuck? $300, but they're everywhere. It makes no fucking sense, bro. And it's not even like, oh, we use a more expensive leather or some sort of shit. No, it's
Cheap level.
It's cheap, man. You got niggas playing basketball, the shit is muscle. Go up, like,
You see them shits on in the NBA, how they got multiple sneakers that they change into. Marvin guns, which is cheap. They made, you got different sneakers that different people got. More Burberry. I'm not into all that shit no more. You got the Stephon Marbury, you got the whoever the popular basketball players, all Steph Curry's, all that.
Jordans could be in Payless for like $20. It's the same shit, bro.
the other shit with the crosses on it, the chrome heart. They got $10,000 jeans, man.
Chrome hearts and $10,000.
They got $10,000 chrome heart jeans.
Wow.
You think I'm more? See, that's the difference between Jake and Esau. Jake will do some stupid shit like that. Have a pair of $1,000 shoes on, like a pair of $10,000 pants on. That's $11,000 right there with a $800 shirt. Or whatever the case may be. Esau, he had all the money in it, but then Jake, he looked like he got money, but he got fucking $100 in his pocket.
And Jake will live in poverty doing that too.
And gold coin.
And he had $100 in his pocket and probably about $300 in his banking account, in his savings account.
Less than that.
Brother.
Well, mine is it.
The account was in overdraft, but some way Jacob can find, I don't know, to get the most expensive shit.
And then you got Esau walking around with a pair of Skechers on.
For years.
With a pair,
And you like templates.
with a pair of holy pants on, with a watch and a regular shirt with no jimmy on, walking around. And you see how Jay-Z be moving now? When Jay-Z was just an average upcoming rapper, you see, dressed in gold, rings on. I mean, all that shit, taking pictures. Now you see him now, he got no pair of regular skips, pair of pants, and a t-shirt.
You're supposed to be proud of that, bro. Like this nigga Jim Jones, they be clowning him because this nigga's like 55 years old. Niggas like on the block, nigga. My jewelry on. Like, what's that, nigga? You still doing that, bro? Walk out of that shit. Alright, verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved.
And all the hosts of all the armies of the heavens shall be dissolved, man. Broken down.
It says, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
That's come from that mushroom cloud when the missile being shot off, man. That's that mushroom cloud, man.
Detonate.
When the detonate,
They detonate at something called ground zero, which is, they don't hit the ground.
they smoke before they hit the ground.
They detonate that shit at a certain altitude. At a certain altitude, the nuclear heat and everything melts shit.
That's right.
It says, shall be rolled together as a scroll. Like, think about it. What else in the ancient world? There's nothing in the ancient world that can compare to this. That's letting you know that he was seeing this thing go down.
Exactly.
You
Live and
understand?
direct, like as if he was there.
Right. It says, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the fallen fig from the fig tree.
And that's some nuclear warheads coming down and pelting this place, man. This pelting this place, but one warhead can have multiple warheads in it. Pelting this place with all kind of destruction. That's why the earth is going to roll to and fro. It's going to shake, back and forth like a drunken. Why? Because the missiles, all the missiles, all the multiple warheads, out of one missile can have multiple warheads, man.
You're not gonna have 200 million missiles.
Nah, you got the warheads.
You're gonna have the warheads. Warheads. That's really what it hurt. It says that their heads do hurt.
That's the warhead. The fiery circle, which the propeller is the fire from the back. That's propelling it. But the head is where the missiles contain all the warheads, man. And once you see, it show you. How many times you see the nuclear missile shot off and it breaks off in the ozone layer, go out of space, breaks off and everything. So a little small thing that's come down and that should just separate. Before it hit the ground, it separates in the air and all the top is supposed to hit. That's the technology for your ass. That's the technology that the Most High gave Esau. But Esau is so proud in this shit, he think he created that shit out of his own mind. He didn't.
I gotta watch that movie Oppenheimer. I started it. I gotta really get into it because I'm watching like a glimpse of it. I'm like, yo, the most time. Yo, I see Isaiah 54:16 heavy because, to be a physicist, yo, you gotta really be on some level, bro. Right. You gotta be on some. So you see that nigga Oppenheimer studying all that shit. That nigga went to like the master level. And that wasn't because his Edomite was nobody. That's because the whole side was just opening up all that shit for him. So you can put together the message.
Something was broken on his mind. That's how he was so determined. He was so determined and this did wholeheartedly into that. Because the Most High put the spirit on him to do so. Not only him, Jack Parsons, Werner Brown, Oppenheimer, and the other one.
So you the Most High's left hand because it's like the Lord can have men get deep into the scriptures and just unlock all sorts of mysteries. The Most High prepared them to get deep into the mysteries of destruction.
He gave him the blessing of the sword, which was Yahushua, which was Isaac.
But it shows you too, because instead of saying, yo, damn, we got all this knowledge, how can we help you? It shows you that they right, but they got all of the knowledge, like, yo, how can we destroy it? You know what I'm saying? So that shows you the duality that has caused it. Right. He says, I'm still reading
This is Isaiah 54, verse 16. It says, Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
The modern day smith with these scientists like Werner von Braun, Jack Parsons, Robert Oppenheimer, the other one, Albert Einstein, the bugged out looking cat, and quite a few more that was a part. That was a part of a project paperclip that they split up them German scientists, some with the Great Britain, some with the Russia, some with the United States. That's what
Manhattan Project.
That's during the time of the Manhattan Project. Was during the time of, they call them the Four Horsemen. Werner von Braun, Jack Parsons, Robert Oppenheimer, and this dude Einstein.
All Edomites.
All Edomite German scientists, man.
Also, I had them tapped into that shit. Yo, that, like I said, like, you see, like, yo, there's real shit, bro. They're on the actual fucking boards about this big, and you just see equations, you know, formulas. And you just see that nigga studying that shit. I'm like, yo,
What the hell? I'm looking like, what the hell is that shit, man? I can't understand this.
yo, bro, you know what it looks like? You know when you watch the Matrix, you see all the green shit?
It's like, you can't even understand it when you try to. You're like,
Yo, the most I really got that shit, man.
that's when you get to those science, man.
I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Modern day smith are these scientists, man. That's what these smiths are now. The modern day smith is these scientists that make weapons. The ancient smiths made weapons, but it was swords. The modern day sword is a nuclear missile.
You're on a molecular level now.
Right,
He says, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
What's that instrument that he's bringing forth? ICBM, supersonic, hypersonic, the Dolphin, Satan 2.
You know what's why? It shows you too, because like Oppenheimer wasn't really they had to all use their advanced shit that they know, because Von Braun was the guy that dealt with rockets. Like his brain was tapped into how we're gonna propel this shit.
Jack Parsons is about the physics. You know what I'm saying? The part that him and Oppenheimer was working on to split that earth, man. So mainly Oppenheimer, that motherfucker was deep into that shit, bro. You couldn't. That motherfucker slept. He was dreaming that shit, man. He'd wake up, I had a dream. Oh shit. He'd go right to the laboratory and start keeping work. The most I was sitting in them dreams, he'd wake up.
I gotta really watch. Like I said, 3 hours. You gotta really be locked in.
You gotta be locked in. Like the sun, like tomorrow was a good day to do it. No, and Lord willing, if you ain't got nothing to do, so you just go in. That's what I was doing. I've been putting off watching
on Amazon Prime, bro.
Yeah, I've been watching it. I've been watching it, but you know what?
But bro, in the beginning, you just see that devil like just really like.
Yeah.
What's the movie called again? What's the movie called again?
Oppenheimer.
Oh, Oppenheimer.
It's called Oppenheimer. Goddamn, bro. That's what over here, bro. Sorry. I ain't trying to get your coat.
It says, and I created the waster to destroy.
What's that waste? The nuclear missiles, man. That's the waste to destroy, man. The Lord is bringing that. He's gonna bring that destruction. It already happened in another dimension, but now we playing it out with the Lord happened, man. This is the Lord's movie. He's the ultimate director.
It just has to play out now, time.
See, it gotta play out. And once it play out, man, oh man. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, man. Because the Lord is gonna bring a heavy destruction down, man. Who's gonna be able to abide that? The only ones that's gonna get out of this are the elect, man. They're gonna be breathing on them ships. Other than that, you ain't making it out here, man. You're not making it out of here.
Verse 5, it says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven."
The Lord's sword is the nuclear missile going to be bathed in heaven, man. It's going to come down hard upon Idumea and the people of both sides curse, which is Idumea.
It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
It should come down upon Idumean, which is the Greek way of saying Esau and Edom, the so-called white man. It will come down upon Idumean, the people of the Most High's curse. How were they cursed? They cursed with the lack of picking. They the people of the Most High's curse to judgment. Obadiah, verse 1 and 10, for the violence against his brother Jacob, shame shall cover him, and also Obadiah 1 and 18. You're going to be eviscerated. You're going to be taken out of rulership and out of existence. So Lamentations 4 and 21, rejoice and be glad. O daughter of Edom, the land of Uz. This is America, modern day America. Modern day Uz is America. Yeah, but
It says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood.
the sword of the Lord is filled with blood, man. We're going to get into it. This is going to get into more. I'm not going to, jump ahead. I'm going to read more.
It says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood, and it is made fat with the fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams, is going into a sacrifice.
And that's a metaphor for people. For people. That's a metaphor for the elements, these cars, everything, these buildings, these animals. That's a metaphor because America, that's like and the Apostle Paul was the first to bring this out that America is a great big altar. And all the people, and all the cars, and all the animals is that sacrifice here. And America is that altar.
Right. Now, back in Isaiah to the 34 verse 6, it says the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord had a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
The land of Idumea is owned by Esau and Edom. Basra is modern day America. And that kidneys is a metaphor in the lambs and the goats, and all that's a metaphor for the people, the elements, everything you see in America, man. Because America is a big altar, and the people are the sacrifice. That's exactly what's going to happen. And the first person that brought that out was the apostle, Sahar, man. That America is up with a big ass altar. And everybody that's in here, it's not a part of the event. It's not going to be beamed up in the chambers. It's a part of that sacrifice, man.
It says, the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with their bows, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made with fat, dust made fat with fatness, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
And the Lord's vengeance, right? It's the day of the Lord's vengeance.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance,
And
the year of recompenses.
and the year of recompense against what they have done to our people, man. Recompense is payback. There's a big payback coming, man. Yeah, but
Says, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
for the consequences of Zion, what you people have done to our people, man. What you Edomites have done to our people, there's a big controversy. The Lord's going to recompense you for everything you have done, man. Why I say that in Isaiah 14, verse 2 and 21? Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, man. You're going to pay. You're not getting out of this. We have to pay. You're going to pay. That same cup that we drunk of, you're going to drink of that cup. And you're going to drink the dregs of that cup, bitch. You understand me? Are you comprehending? You're going to drink the dregs of that cup. The last drop. You're going to drink it. And you're going to reap it. Everything you have done to us, you're going to reap it sevenfold, man.
Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 12. It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof.
The earth is going to quake. And the foundation thereof, why is it going to shake? They tell you the same thing, but in a different form. And Isaiah the 24th chapter, the 19th verse on down. How the earth is going to quake and move to and fro like the drunk.
It says, the sea arises up with waves from the deep.
Because when the nuclear missiles hit, it's not only going to not only destroy land, but it's going to drive the oceans, the seas.
It says, and the waves of it are troubled,
And the waves of it are trouble.
and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power.
Because what happened in the time when earth was destroyed by water. During the time when earth was destroyed by water, the fishes survived that because they was in their natural habitat. But now the Lord's going to have so much indication that he's going to drive the seas. And all the fish are going to die. A lot of fish are going to die too. Yeah, brother.
Yeah. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
For strong is the Lord's right hand that bendeth the bow. That bow is that silo that holds the arrows in it, which are the nuclear missiles. Yeah, brother. Yeah.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss.
Now them arrows represent the Satan 2, the Dong Flame 2, the supersonic missiles, the hypersonic missiles. That's what it represents. Those are the conventional ICBM nuclear missiles. That's what that's representing, man. The arrows that he shoot are sharp. They're going to be laser guided, and most and foremost, they're going to be spiritually guided by Yahweh while Yahweh shot, man. To hit their targets.
It says it shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
When they begin to be shot to the ends of the world, they're not going to miss, because like I said, they're going to be spiritually guided by Yahweh while Yahweh shot. The Spirit of the Lord will be on them to hit their targets. And they're not going to break their race. They're not going to fall into the sky. They're not going to collide with each other. None of them missile defenses that Esau got up is going to be able to take these missiles out. They're going to, if they do shit, hit them, they're going to bounce off. And they still going to hit their targets, man. They're not going to miss.
It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again.
The ultimate plague are them nuclear missiles and them chariots when Yahweh shot cracked in the skies, man.
Real quick, since you said that, can I just, real quick? All right, because the brother said the ultimate plague, right? Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
And the great illustration of that, you gotta watch Terminator 2 with Sarah Connor, played by Sarah Connor, her real name is David Hamilton. You know, she was on the fence watching the kids play in the playground, and all of a sudden she seen a bright armor spark in the sky, and all of a sudden she was consumed with fire, and her flesh and everything is consumed away while she was standing on the fence. You know what I'm saying?
One thing too, when you watch Terminators, they did a whole bunch of them, but no matter what Terminator they did, Judgment Day is inevitable. They couldn't stop it. They did prolong it, but it was all set up to be that way anyways. But eventually, it does happen.
That's why I said on Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It's going to be a judgment, a great judgment is coming. Nobody can get out of it.
They couldn't avoid it. It says, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
What's the only instrument that can do that? Thermonuclear destruction, right, brother?
So they said their eyes, right?
Yep.
Their eyes, their physical eyes, and also their visions of their future. And their tongue is going to dissolve, and also their lies and their philosophies is going to be done away with.
Yeah, when you watch movies of the future, whether it's Star Trek, Star Wars, or Futurama, some fucking reason you saw what white man saw on top.
Yep.
So that's his vision is he's gonna be on top for the next 1,000 years and shit. Fucking aliens are gonna be coming in and out of Earth, and Esau's gonna still be even above them.
He says inward thought is that his house will continue forever. Right? That's Esau's inward thought. Esau is so proud to the point that he think he can never go down, man. He can never go down.
He's so proud enough he's gonna fight against Yahushua.
And that's how, you know, no other, and he's so proud, no other nation that ever ruled hated themselves as the Most High. No other nation that ruled hated themselves as the Messiah. But this devil did. He got so filled with pride. He's so filled with pride that he think he's gonna fight against the Most High and prevail. That's what the second Advent, the 13th chapter is all about, man. He think he's gonna be able to fight against the Most High and prevail, man. But to his surprise, when he seen them chariots come out of the skies, he's gonna be so afraid. But the Most High gonna put the spirit on him to conquer, because if he give up, then that means he gonna become tributary. The Most High don't want to become tributary. He don't want to put that spirit so he can fight, so he can destroy Esau, man.
Right.
Because if he give up, he gonna become down his tributary.
Yeah, well, yeah, you surrender according to the law in Deuteronomy 20th chapter.
And you become tributary to the nation that defeated you. That's why the Lord's going to put the spirit on Esau. Even though he's so afraid, he's going to put the spirit on him. Fight. Trying to fuck you up. That means you dirty.
And you know what's crazy? You can break down these scriptures to the so-called white man, and that day they still wouldn't fight. Why? Because there's no free will.
That's right.
See?
Who can resist the will of the Lord your house? Nobody could, man.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13, we'll start at 5. And it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven.
It's all the armies of Esau's army, and all the armies of the rest of the nation that had gotten together because they was fighting World War III. But outside cracked in the sky, they all had differences together. They came together and fought. They all had different people. Right side, they put all the differences on the side, and you know, I'm saying on the side, and get together to subdue them that came out of the heavens, man. But they're gonna be so afraid of, oh shit. But yet the Most High gonna put that spirit on them.
But that's what this dude Ronald Reagan said. What if we had an alien invasion? Wouldn't that bring us together? Well, you're right on that, Reagan.
Goddamn right, you know.
It's gonna bring y'all together, so y'all can get destroyed together.
The Beth Baron, that was his name, the Beth Baron.
It says to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
To subdue the man that came up out of the sea, which is the heavens, man, the ozone layer, man. Now you look at the Beth Baron, he was a Hollywood actor in the 30s and the 40s. Ronald Reagan, he was an actor. That was his name, the Beth Baron. You know that? The Beth Baron, Ronald Reagan, he was an actor in the 30s and the 40s. Very good actor too. He's a good actor. I ain't gonna lie. I watched a lot of his movies.
I got a precept to back out that the sea is talking about space. This is 2nd Ezra 16 to 58. He has shut the sea in the midst of the waters.
The waters is upside down, up in the firmament, up in the above. The waters represent the heavens.
Go bring it down. It says, and with his words has he hanged the earth upon the waters.
That's something. You ain't gotta break that down right there, because it breaks itself down, man. You know?
And the word being Yahushua.
That's right.
Now, John 1 and 1 in the beginning was the word. That's heavy when you think about it. Hanging the earth upon nothing. Oh, man. It's some complex shit that we just can't
Comprehend right now because of all the.
because we don't have the bodies.
Exactly.
It's like trying to break down how to build a car to a baby. You just can't do it. The baby's mind is not,
Able to comprehend all
can't
that.
comprehend it. So there's certain things, brother, we just, even if Yahushua said put it in the book, we just can't comprehend it.
Scriptures say don't seek out things that are too
Right. Yeah, too often.
too hard for you. You know what I'm saying?
True. You got that's how a lot of people get bugged out.
Right.
A lot of Edomites bugged out. Like I said, going back to that Trump analogy. What was that nigga Stephen Hawking's theory of everything? That movie.
That nigga's a bug out.
He thought he was
Bug out,
deep.
man. He wasn't deep.
He thought he was deep. Bugged out nigga. He was like, oh, there can't be a Lord. That's why the Most High pretty much put you on a fucking blender, nigga. You like a chicken that just put in a blender.
He was like that since he was in his like late teens, early 20s. That means he was bloodless. He was
Well, you know, the Most High did it real dirty because the Most High did it slow.
Yeah.
And at first it was a little bit, he was walking. You know what I'm saying?
You see that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Show you the movie how he was. At first he was.
Well, that nigga had a dream he was walking. The Most High was like, nope, nigga, wake up.
Oh, he took him out. Oh yeah, Steve Hawkins, the Lord turned him into a pretzel. The heart shape
Turned
pretzel.
into bookends.
Origami. The Most High did that same when you were high school.
Turned into bookends.
Yeah.
You can turn it. You know, so the cradle, how you want to be cradle, all busted up looking.
Yeah, man.
That's how the Lord did
That's why.
And then just balled his ass up just like that.
Don't fear them that kill the body, but fear him that can destroy both spirit and soul in hell, man. And it was an agreement, yo.
That dude was in hell, bro. He was in hell.
Howard told
Yeah.
me, Howard Shine, like, yo, we're gonna make him his ass a pretzel.
Yo, he had all the money in the world and couldn't enjoy his money. He had all the money in the world, couldn't enjoy his money. Couldn't enjoy the pleasure that came with life. He couldn't enjoy the pleasure that came with life, which is having some buns. He couldn't do nothing, man.
Sounds like Russian as well.
And I
like this
shit
wool.
like that, man.
You won, brother. I like that wool.
Well, no, he wasn't talking like that, but he had a machine talking for him. He had a fucking robot talking for him, bro. That's how the Most High really fucked that dude up, man.
He had artificial, simulation of him said he got his wife pregnant through his sperm. So he wasn't getting no buzz. He never had the pleasure of sleep.
Yeah, test tube babies, huh?
Because
But the
what
whole
happens-
time the Most High was tormenting him with dreams of fucking
him running and shit, him jogging, walking. You know what I mean?
That's why he said the Most High didn't exist, right?
Yeah. You know, you got a lot of people that say that. Yo, real quick, when I get Amos 3 and 7, they had the notion since all this evil happened in the world, they can't be a God. That's where Jake say that, bro. They can't be a God, man. Doing crazy shit in the world, too much. Nigga, that's the Most High's balance, bro.
Who you think is doing all that? Who you think is bringing the crazy shit in the world?
It's a backdrop, like the scripture say, the Lord created the wicked.
Yeah, exactly. There has to be balance, bro.
Who you think is bringing all this judgment? Who you think is bringing all this hardship on the earth? It's the Lord, man. That's doing it, man. It ain't Satan. The Lord is using Satan to do it, but the Lord is orchestrating. Without the Lord's approval,
Satan's another buckle in the church.
that's right. Without the Lord's approval, Satan can't do shit.
Say Amos 3 and 7.
Yeah, real quick.
All right, this is Amos chapter 3, verse 7.
Or is it 6? I think it's 6. Shall there be evil in the land?
That's further up. That's further up.
No, there gotta be Amos 3 and 6 and 3 and 7.
Oh yeah, that's it. Verse 6. All right, Amos chapter 3, verse 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid?
Right, so if an alarm was set off, at least it'll get your attention. Nowadays, these people are so going on TikTok, bro. Like, the fucking something is wrong, they'll still be on their phone. Right? But you're supposed to have, like, holy shit, what's going on right here? Go ahead.
It says, shall there be evil in a city and the Lord had not done it?
So, those are two questions, right? Both of them were rhetorical. Like, if hey, what are you, a jackass? You're not going to answer that, right? You know what I'm saying? These are rhetorical questions, so meaning, of course somebody's going to be alarmed if trumpets are sounded. Of course, evil in the land is done by the Lord.
That's right. You know the crazy thing? You bitches think of on their phone, right? People on their phone. This chick, right? She was walking, and this when it was snowing, and she slipped on ice, and she fell and busted her ass. But guess what? She was holding the phone, and her phone didn't get hurt. She said, she bust her ass crazy, but she was in front like, she had her phone in the air like, she got her slow. I was looking at her shit, and I was like,
In the hospital bed,
remember that dude that got shot in the head? He was like, I'm a savage. I think he died. He had to have died. He was like, man, this shit hurt me right now. He got shot in the middle of his head, bro.
niggas be getting shot on the live stream.
He had to have died, bro. He got shot in his head, yo. This shit's starting to hurt right now. And he cut it off the last stream.
Imagine leaking, they don't chat.
Put a W in the chat. Super violate that like button, right?
Like and subscribe.
Like, y'all.
And subscribe.
This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness.
The Lord Yahweh Shai, said, I formed the light and create darkness. Right. Yeah,
It says, I make peace and create evil.
I make peace and I create evil, man. So you see something happening on the corner and it's a great evil? I did that. The Lord did that.
It says, I, the Lord, do all these things.
I, the Lord, do all these things. I do good things, I do bad things, man. There's nobody can deliver you out of my hand. When it says in Isaiah 45th chapter that I am the Lord, there's no problem with me. Nope.
First Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. It means the Lord killeth and maketh alive, bring it down to the grave, and bring it up.
He brings it down to the grave and bring it up. What for these things? Lord can kill you. He can heal you. Tell you that in Deuteronomy 32 verse 39.
Lord, why you do what he did to Stephen Hawking?
Doing dirt. It's needs to be done dirt. It's quadriplegic, no life. All that money, no life, bro.
There's some people out here, bro, that's ready to pounce on these bitches, man.
good and shit, you know what I mean? But what's it that when that time come on her break, but you out here, you get caught out here, like the booty shorts on that was riding the scooter, he go ahead like that. See what happens. See what happens.
That day they're gonna be getting buzz cuts and wearing baggy clothes and try to hide.
Right, but you know what I mean? But it may happen when they least suspect it. That's how the low time comes, like a thief in the night. So it may happen when they out here giving hot and summer, like hot summer, you know.
The only thing really protecting these women is 911. When that shit goes, bro, everybody gonna go back to the ancient world. It's not even ancient world, it's logic, because over the Middle East they have the common sense of logic to know, like, yo, if these women are left unprotected, men are gonna come.
I was going to say,
These men, protect these women, not men.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Other men keep other men in check from taking these women.
And then the same bitches will say men ain't shit.
Is it raining?
Yeah.
Yeah, those drops of rain.
It says, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
This is what it does, man. Kill, make alive, he bring us in the grave and break up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the Lord in all capital letters. You know, so the Lord literally did that. He's the one who controls life and death. His son Yahushai, right? He gave all authority to the Lord. Now the son, I think, to carry on the Messiah's order. And but the main one was to die for his people, shed his blood, right? Continue to die for his people, bring us back to the Father. What did he do? He literally rose Yahushai from the dead. Okay, brought him back up. So even that applies to all, but even in the bigger sense, even to the Lord. You know, since the Lord, right, set up to bring us back to the Father by his blood. He's that pure sacrifice, right? And then what happened? He rose 3 days later. He rose from the dead. Okay? It was infallible. My new vocabulary. It was infallible proof, I can't pronounce it, that the Lord was crucified, right? And everybody saw that. You know what I mean? Many people saw that. So, you know, and what happened? He was raised from the dead.
That was like a public execution.
There you go. So when people saw him again, there was the shadow out of doubt. Well, that's how the brother, my favorite story is the brother of the Lord, James the Lesser, and James, basically this, that the Lord had brothers and sisters, right? 2 of them believed after the Lord was crucified. James and Jew, maybe in the camp. Yeah, James and Jew, James the Lesser, which is the Lord's brother, he actually believed after. He saw, I think Mary, he was very long. When the Lord rose again, he saw Mary, and I believe one people he saw was James first too. But whether it's that or not, the point is that James did see the Lord after he was crucified. And that's what he believed. He didn't believe before. You know, and then Jude as well too, his brother. Right?
And a lot of these drinks, they're not gonna really come into it. See the spiritual power.
There you go.
This is different. It's a different dispensation of faith. So going back to what the other was reading, right? For example, you hear stories of people surviving like 11 gunshots. Yeah. And then you hear stories of somebody dying being grazed by others. Yeah. So it's just, you know, it's a
Somebody died getting shot in the leg and hit a major artery.
There you go.
Yeah.
Femoral artery, that's that main one, man. That shit is done.
You know, people get shot in the head, it's still hard.
I say that. But this guy that I know named Stacy, he got
Brother, so it's like Terrence Crawford, the boxer.
Oh,
He got shot in the back. He got shot in the back.
also, you got this dude, I go to the world. He's doing life in prison now. The most I get very his born. He got shot in his head. He jumped out the prison. Police is trying to get him, and he fell, broke his jaw, got shot in the head, and then he wound up, shooting an undercover cop, saying I know he's an undercover cop that got life in prison. Now he got 40 for the life. He said 40 for the life. He's been in there since 2003, never coming home. Okay, bro.
It says the Lord maketh poor, he maketh rich. He bringeth low, and lifteth up.
It's a light thing for both sides to make a poor man rich. It is a light thing for the Lord to make a rich man and take him out of his rich and make him a poor man. It's easy. It's easy for a Lord Cease for the Lord to make a man of low stature. They become a rich man, you know what I mean? Like this, nothing. It's a snap of the finger.
What happened to Uncle Joe?
Good. Like he was one of the wealthiest men in the land. So I took everything, wealth to game, everything away, even his family, his kids. And guess what? The Lord gave him double for everything. Right? He gave him his wives back. He got wives, he got kids again. He got land, he got everything he had, but what's more?
And I did a show during the week concerning that because
That's good.
because if you're in the world and you think when shit goes south, Satan or even sometimes I had to catch myself because the Most High will jack us up. The Most High will jack us up when we go to war. Sometimes the Most High has shit go south on you when you do everything. You know you're doing, you do nothing wrong.
It's your faith.
And
Exactly what we had.
right, and with Joe, that was the whole back and forth between him and his friends. It was like, yo, you gotta be doing something wicked for the Lord to be fucking real like this. And Joe was like, I ain't know that. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High can send you the good times and bad times, even if you're not necessarily doing anything fucked up.
And that's what Job told his wife. Shall we never see good from the Most High, not evil?
Yeah.
She told Job to charge the Most High foolishly and curse him and die.
Wow.
So,
I mean, I'm not surprised.
That's the average woman, you know what I'm saying? You know, when the goodies are there, and they show you that in these car pranks, and usually having these different luxury cars and shit, they trying to talk to a female, and female act like she all that. I don't got nothing to say. And then he be like, all right, have a nice day. Hey, she see him getting in a nice car, now she coming back, running to him. Hey, how you doing?
They're not gonna take me out. Yeah, they do that. Yep.
And these all the prophets there back in the day. We feel like we believe we met Joe. That's the insight. By the way, Joe had 3 close friends. Right? Yeah. That's for us. Joe had 3 close friends. Like that. Anyway.
You can receive it, you can see it. Right? Which you can see it.
So Mark chapter 11, verse 21 says, marvel not at the work of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor, for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. It says, so Mark 11, verse 21, marvel not at the works of sinners.
Yeah, marvel not at the works of sinners, people that know the law. And basically, the original sinners, the only sinners who sin by definition is Israel. Yeah. Because the definition is actually New Testament, St. John 3 and 4. Right? Let's go again.
First John.
So let's go on. 1 John 3 and 4. Let's get that real quick.
Transgressing of the law.
Yeah, I'm trying to say.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. It says, whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
Yeah, whosoever committed sin transgressed is to break the law. Because the next question is, well, who the law is given to? Right? Who can break the laws? Okay? We're in different states, right? Is it not true that different states have their own jurisdictional laws? Right? So if you can break something in this state but not break it in that state, right? It's not given on to this state to carry on, New York State to carry on New Jersey's rules. Right? So same thing with Israel. You can think about the states as nations, but the law is only dealing with one state. One people, that's the nation of Israel. He only gave them their law. That's proof of Psalm 147 and 19. Right? He showed his word unto Jacob, right? His statutes and judgments unto Israel and to all the nations. Right?
Yeah, like if you go to a store, right? Let's say you go to, I don't know, let's say the pub. McDonald's has certain food and wrong foods, whatever. You can't do stuff and stuff like that. But if you go in there to the
Pedestrians have their own laws, civilians, then you have law enforcement.
right.
So what a police officer going to do, or what a police officer get away with, you can't. I mean, 2 different jurisdictions.
Yeah, that's true. That's on my right. Just like the judicial system. What is it? Like 26 USC. What is this? 26 USC 7701. That's the It's calling you. It's
That's a funny person. I have no
a
idea, brother.
United States code, basically. It's a code. It's a code that Esau got that the railroad us with the justice. That's a code, and everyone's not under that. Like Rothschild's was not under that code.
So, Donald Trump revoked the martial law wartime act that 1800 there's no more habeas corpus, saying all that shit. You should hit the feds, all hell break loose. I read something about that. I gotta look into it more. When I heard, I was like, they look at basketball kind of laws, man.
Habeas corpus,
Right?
It says for sin is a transgression of the law.
Yeah, that's the actual definition of sin. And we just proved in Psalm 47, 1, 2, and 19, the only ones who can break the law is the ones that it was given to. Right? It only belongs to one state, one people. That's the nation of Israel. Right? So that's the real definition of sin. Since the whole world thinks they can believe in God, well, you just took on the challenge to abide and to live up to the scriptures. That's what you're not.
He's a typical one of the Bible.
It's like, yeah, America, man. Right? You say God bless America. Okay, well, let's see. Now you gotta live up. Now you gotta live up to it.
Back to 11 verse 21, it says, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor, for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord under Saturn to make a poor man rich.
Yeah, so just don't like that remind me of that scripture from King David. He said, my feet almost slipped at the prosperity of the wicked. You know? Because look, at the end of the day, how should I say that? This world is an error. In all reality, under truth, under tranquility, whatever you want to call virtue, right? This should not be going on. Right? Like the so-called blacks that did hardcore slavery, all the atrocities they went through, being decapitated, castrated, in chains, you know the deal. Right? The Native Americans, Trail of Tears, in the Removal Act, right? All the brothers, man, our indigenous people in the Caribbean islands, the Iraq Taino Indians, what happened to them, the conquistadors, these are all Israelites.
Working in the American Indians now, in them gold mines,
Yeah.
working them to them. So they just pass out or die.
Yeah, those are,
It says, and abide in thy labor, for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord.
okay, I remember. Yeah, Salak. So, yeah, all these things that happen, right? You know, there is they should be judged. They shouldn't be getting away with this. Right? Slavery was wicked, no matter how you cut it. You had that dealing, I guess, recently this week. And I thought he was right, but fuck that dude. Like, I'm sick of that dude who makes documentaries. He came out and said that, what's his name, man? He made a documentary, like, what is a woman or something like that. And he made a statement. And he made a statement that said, yeah, our history of slavery, you know, it's part of American history, and I'm with that or something.
Matt Walsh.
There you go.
Matt Walsh.
Yeah. Matt Walsh. He was it was like he was basically going into saying that everything that Esau did, coming over here, putting our people in captivity, he's proud of it. He was basically saying that unless Esau would have come over here, that basically saying that we weren't advanced people because we didn't create all these fucking rocks and just shit, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
And by the way, Matt Walsh, he's with the Daily Wire, and that shit is going south, bro. They losing a lot of money.
And I-
Small hats.
And I used to follow him because he's
Probably small.
right.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of backlash.
That new Walsh, his last name, he's a fucking demon.
That might not even be his real last name. That's what some small hats do. They switch up their last
You
name.
got a beard and all that. You guys are in a small position, but you're right. The brother's absolutely right. Because it was a firestorm amongst the brothers doing videos on that. So, you know, the point is that, you know, that's what people say they hold themselves not guilty. You know what I mean? As far as technology and advances, that belongs to this. Okay, yeah, just show how stupid you are. You're more advanced than me. But anyway, the point is that, see, all these things shouldn't be happening and they shouldn't be going on. So we should have more like things that people break the laws of.
real quick, this one Matt Walsh, because he said, oh, Edomites came here and built America up, right? Well, Romans 9 and 17 says, for the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. So in other words, there's a reason America doesn't look like South America. Because it got built up for a reason. That's right. For destruction.
Crazy, bro. That shit's crazy, right?
Yo, I'm like dangling fucking meat in front of a hungry lion out here. These bitches gotta be careful, man.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna learn. They respect nothing but
That's the lady that went to us.
he's right. He's right, bro.
It says, for it is an easy.
Remember, part of being a man is being self-control. You can master your mind. That's real powerful. And the ones who can do that are the disciples. The ones who believe in the Lord. Us up here, man.
It says, for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord of the sinner to make a poor man rich.
Yes, all these things that are the wickedness of people body sin, the life never like number one, Babylonians, aka Americans, man. We can definitely overall this word is uplifting you, the third of the business. We have to see right things, not the wrong. Right? Because even the world to it, I'm slowly picking up this world is not right. It's not about living and paying taxes, man. It's not about going to work and working so-called hard and then enjoying it while you're 60. That's demonic.
Right.
That's the fucking demonic. Right? And that's what they tell you life is, man. These elites are used, man. They're born into wealth. Right? They're born into prosperity. And they come from a seed of deep devil.
And they push up the retirement age too.
Yeah, they keep pushing it up, which is cool.
He's 67 now, yeah.
Crazy, right?
So by the seven.
So, that's what it is, man. But at the end of the day, this is not what life is. Our brains are supposed to be working every day. We're supposed to be paying attention to the so-called little things. The water going down your window. How little kids pay attention to things or animals. That's how we're supposed to be paying attention to nature, shit, water, food. That's what we're coming back into. But the thing is that the Lord, He's gonna quickly flip the nation of Israel back on top. Right? That's right.
The blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly. And suddenly he makes his blessings flourish.
Yeah, you see. So when the Lord comes back, does it not say that the Lord's going to destroy this place in 1 hour? They can take a long time. They can take another 10 years to get things done. The Lord's going to, when it comes, the kingdom is here. It's already within us. I always love to break down the word kingdom. Which proves it's more than a place. It starts within. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. Basically, the word breaks down to landlords, all right? And it belongs to a gender as well. The three kings are men that rule over lands, domain, by a set of rules, right? And the word I love about dominion, it goes back to the word conquer. And conquer means to fight, right? Because when you fight to establish a land, you have to fight, right? You fight for the land and you establish rules. Same thing with America, man. How did America get established? Well, it had the so-called fight, right? The so-called Revolutionary War, right? But the true Revolutionary War, which means to revolve, right, over another, or overthrow, or supplant, is really the nation of Israel, and that's our name, Yaakov, Jacob. We're going to be the ones through the Spirit of the Lord that are going to revolve or overthrow, right? Or take this and go over to the Lord.
If I could add too, going back to you breaking on the word, going into landlord, that's why when you watch a lot of like these I don't want to say like not too ancient, but the movies go as far back as like King Arthur, whatnot, they'll say, Middle Ages, they say, oh, the Lord of this land, or the Lord of that land, or the house of XYZ, because they own that land, they was the Lord of that land, they made the law for their land. Yep.
who's going to be the landlords of this world? The kingdom is going to be the nation of Israel. Right? Revelation 5 chapter 5 to 12 or 10. The Lord has made a nation of kings and priests. You know?
Daniel chapter 7 verse 18, it says, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever."
Yeah, if you didn't hear it, it said it 2 more times. If you didn't hear it the second time, well, another third time. All right? Forever, ever plus times ever. All right? Infinity. All right? Why? Because we're not going to break any laws. We're going to be perfect. Because little do you know, the only reason you live and die is because you sin. And how do you sin? Because you're in the body. The body is a sinful vessel. Right? So by default, you're a sinful vessel. Everybody on this planet is that. So this whole world's going to go. The only ones who are going to be able to live forever is one who don't commit sin. That's the nation of Israel strong with the elect. Strong with Yahweh to the elect. By way of the new bodies. Right? The bodies are perfect vessels, but they're God bodies.
There's no sick, there's no death.
There you go. So anyway, the saints of the Most High, right, take the kingdom headed by Yahweh. Right? The king of all kings, right? The army. Right? They're going to be king. They're going to be the ones to establish, right, the law's land. Right? That's why one of our favorite chapters also, chapter Revelation, St. John 17. When the Lord goes into, I saved them, I prayed for them, I prayed out for the world. And he says, "It is done. I know my Father. I know I'll deliver them from you, my Father." You see how big the story is? He always pleads for his brothers in it. Yeah, it's for you, Father. It's done, my Father. I've given it to you, my Father. What is yours is mine, my Father. All right? So when that happens, the Lord is going to take what's his, because this is his world, that was given to him under his father. And he's going to have a joint cabinet, an administration, right, which is the elect.
Psalms chapter
Vice President King David.
chapter 149 verse 5. It says, "Let the saints rejoice with glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand."
Yeah, when you're in the bed, right, you wake up in your bed, right, in the morning, right? So we're coming into, we're singing praises in bed in the morning. We're coming to the morning of the kingdom, man. And the Lord is that sun, is the star, bringing in that new day, right? You got people who like to wake up at 5, 4 o'clock in the morning to see the sunrise, right? Well, guess what? The elect, we're up at 4 or 5 in the morning. Right? The elect are up at 4 or 5 a.m., which is now. We're waiting for the sun, which is the Lord, to bring in that new day. We're singing upon our beds. Okay?
It says, "To execute vengeance,
Right? Execute vengeance. That's right.
to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people."
Yeah. And execute vengeance upon the heathen. And punishments upon the people. That's why the Lord made his people on top. The nation of Israel on top. He's up above all nations. Right? And, these people live in, what's it called? I forgot his name. But they don't want to give credit to me. Because we got the salt, man. All right? Now, if you do some research the trend going back up. We're the ones in the Dark Ages, Byzantine Empire. We ruled Rome. We ruled Spain. Right? We created music that is studied today. Beethoven, literature that is studied today. Shakespeare.
And we go to the Greek, you have Greek art, and it's Greek. You can have major roles in the Greek culture.
Yeah, I didn't know Zeus and all that shit you hear about. I was big that came up and all that, man.
I got one. I guess Ellie just remind me I almost got to finish. I guess 2 more words.
You got 2 minutes to do it, all right?
This is Jeremiah 10:16. "The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the form of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name."
I just have to
Jeremiah 10 and 16. A portion of Jacob is not like him.
Who's the portion of Jacob? The Most High. We're the Most High's portion, man. We come from him. All right. So I always like to say through the Spirit, the essence of the nation of Israel is that they're creators. That's the foundation. We're the best creators of all. Nobody can create while we, whether it be literature, movies, music, dancing,
First steam engine.
words, first steam engine, technology. We're at the top of that. We're creators by nature. You know what I mean? So what's the Most High? He's a creator, man. So that's what we are. We create everything, man. So that's us. That's the clue. That's the clue. Credit to the Lord.
For he is the former of all things.
He's a form of all things, just like Jacob form of all things. I'm creating constantly to the end. Still creating new shit.
You know what I mean? And Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
And Israel is the bottom of his inheritance.
The Lord of hosts is his name.
That's right. The Lord of hosts is his name. So,
Okay? You gonna praise this?
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kodash.